Hey, greetings everyone. Nice to be here with everyone. I know we have people all over the world joining us today. And if we're just meeting, I'm Jai Dave. And I'm very grateful to have this opportunity. It's a big day, isn't it, for all of us? A big time for us on the planet Earth right now. And I was just, as I was meditating before we began here, just thinking about how fortunate, I am to to not just be leading this, but how fortunate we all are to be in a position where we be spending this time doing meditation work, yoga work. And how very fortunate that is, And sometimes it's easy to lose perspective on that, but to even just be in a position to do something like this is, to me, is a great blessing. And so happy to be here with you all. Eclipses are always powerful. Not just the day of the eclipse, but the days beforehand and the days afterward. And really this whole month, the lunar eclipse effect will last for a whole month. And depending on you and your when you were born, etc., will depend on how much affected by any one particular eclipse event. But it affects us all. And not only does it affect us individually, but it affects our nations, it affects our global environment, and so forth and so on. So it's with great joy that we come together today, and we bring our energies together, and we add positive energy, healing energy, joyful energy, uplifting energy into our lives, and therefore also into the greater whole. There's a single energy that binds everything together, whether you call that energy God, whether you call that the universal force, whether you call it nothing at all, whether you're not even sure of it and it's all just a mystery. It's all good, We're not trying to convince anyone of anything, but what we are endeavoring to do is to create an environment for ourselves where we experience upliftment, where we experience vitality, where we have generated and are generating for ourselves the type of caliber that no matter how challenging life becomes, that we're always in a position to not only be cool, be okay, but to utilize that challenge, because challenge isn't innately negative. Challenge is part of life. Now, pain is part of life, just like pleasure is part of life. And as long as the psyche is subconsciously, in its primary endeavor, pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain, life will always be roller coaster riding. And so therefore, as the yogis, as meditators, as people of consciousness, people of love, we're always endeavoring to go in that between space, in between pleasure and pain. And then when pleasures arrive, you actually, the catch-22, the paradox is you can truly enjoy pleasure. When our organism and the psyche is dependent on pleasure, or believes itself to be dependent on pleasure in order to experience a fulfillment in life and in order to enjoy life, it's a dead-end street, because pleasure can never fulfill that role. It can never fulfill any psyche, mind. Psyche, body, mind, electromagnetic field, that's all your psyche. Everything is a psyche. And so with this work that we're going to be doing here today, and I suspect it'll take definitely 60 minutes, but maybe up to 90 minutes. And my wish is that we're going to travel deep together. We're going to get lifted. We're going to open the energy centers in our body, mind, system, energy system, and enter into a space of genuine joy, That's the thing. Joy of the infinite. It's not the joy that waxes and wanes depending on things are going good in my life, I feel joy. Things are not going good in my life, I don't feel joy. That's not joy. What we're talking about having a connectivity to that which never changes. And when I say joy of the infinite, that's what infinity is. It's that which never changes. And there's only one thing that never changes, and that's the great discovery of the human being, is to discover for yourself, to verify for yourself, what is it that never changes? And what is it that vibrates in the center of all of creation? And the center of all creation is what is it that vibrates in the center of you, your nucleus, the nucleus of your beingness. The center of the creation and the center of you is the same center. Its nucleus is everywhere. Its circumference is nowhere. And so that's our endeavor, and that's a big endeavor today, isn't it? To go into that type of a space, to where no matter if it's pain that's coming into our lives or if it's pleasure coming into our lives, the net result is still joy, and joy is born of love. And not romantic love, of course, oh, that's beautiful too. But even our romantic love, we want to, its goal is to produce eventually real love, unadulterated love. What is it, that vibrates at the center of everything? And is it possible that is love? That's what for you to verify as a human being. That's for me to verify for my experience as a human being. Nobody can verify that for you. Nobody can verify that for me. I'm fortunate in my life to have tremendous teachers. And we're fortunate on our planet to have had tremendous guides and great beings and masters that have come before us that have kind of given a sense of a pathway. You still got to do the work. You still got to work it. You still got to verify. You still got to keep it fresh. You still got to nurture it. You still got to evolve it. You still have to be current. You still have to keep it real as a genuine human being, a person, not fluffy, not facade, some like spiritual facade. It takes so much energy to maintain facades. And so it's just be ourselves. But that's difficult sometimes. So how do we do that? We have to be ourselves in such a fashion that we have an experience of ourselves. And that's what we're here doing, is to go deep and have a deeper and more substantive experience of ourselves. And where natural self-confidence emerges. That's the real swag, where it comes from, is in that connectivity to the infinity, to the infinite, to that which never changes. That's the joy. So that's our goal today. And, perhaps many of you will want to continue working with us and doing this work, and that's also a goal for today, to help inspire some of you to all right, that was great and powerful, but the real power we understand is in consistency. What am I doing regularly to enter in, to recalibrate everything, to make sure the mind and the body and the energy system is all in synchrony, and that the mind is on a daily basis going into a crystal clarity. Heart is staying open. I'm staying connected to what it is I'm really here to do. And that's also the goal, is to help inspire that. And so my wish is that some of us are going to continue to working together. In fact, I know a lot of us will be. But even if just today and just this one experience, we're going to move our bodies. We're gonna circulate the life force energy, make the mind come into a great clarity. Hopefully the heart comes open. And we're going to do a tremendous meditation practice to go beyond worries, to balance the nervous energy in the body. And this is going to be a tool that you can use anytime you wish. And so we're gonna do that today. And so now, we have a big goal for our experience. So let's jump right into it. Those of you who are with us today who may be brand new to Kundalini Yoga, never tried it, Kundalini Yoga specifically. Some of you may never even tried yoga, meditating yet. It's all good. It's all perfect. There's nothing that's really required. Can you inhale, exhale? Great, you qualify. And there's some things that you may not quite, like I'm not going to spend a ton of time today breaking down and unpacking the nuts and bolts of the Kundalini Yoga system. I'll give you everything you need to do today. And but if some things are like, what's that all about? I would encourage you to not worry about that right now. And if this resonates with you, is like the experience resonates with you, because that's really what we were going for today, is let's get an experience. Let's not stay up in the head of like trying to figure out the nuts and bolts of everything. If the experience resonates with you and you love it, then we can work together and you can learn everything you need to know to have like a solid practice of Kundalini Yoga, something that keeps your whole system tuned up consistently, building vitality day by day, creating greater sensitivity of awareness and a greater expansiveness to the field of awareness. Having a deeper and deeper experience of reality, of what life is all about. And that's when the real joy starts to emerge. Not about like knowing things. It's not about learning some belief system. It's about having the experience of a deeper reality. And that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't need any more belief systems. We don't need another religion. We don't need all that stuff at this point. That's done. The age has turned. Look at what we're doing with all that stuff all over the world. So, let us meditate and have a good time together. And on a day like today, don't make anything that big of a deal. Like, no, it's not a day for like going into emotional drama and that kind of thing. If there ever is a day for that. Today is particularly not a good day for that. Today is a day to keep it light, not making big decisions, that kind of stuff. Today's a great day to meditate. The thing about an eclipse, it amplifies the meditative effect. And so, and then further on a full moon, and then an eclipse, the effect of the sadhana, the practice, the meditation, is exponentially more powerful. And then furthermore, we have thousands upon thousands of people doing this together simultaneously worldwide. Now we have that amplification happening on many levels. So let us begin, no? Come with your hands into the prayer pose. Palms pressed together, center of the chest. Close the eyes down. Lift through your chest, shoulder blades release down the back. If you know your root lock, Mulaban, use that. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. It's always through the nose unless otherwise we'll say so. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath for a moment and draw your inner gaze up and in between the two eyebrows. And where the root of your nose meets your skull bone, there lies human gateway to the infinity. Exhale. Again, please inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Keep the breath in, but relax your upper body and draw the gaze into that third eye area, the neutralizing center of the psyche. Exhale. And a few more times, inhale. Third eye. This is training your life force how you'd like it to operate, and thus training the psyche, the mind, how you'd like it to operate. Otherwise, the mind dominates, the emotions dominate, and we don't have control. Develop energetic vitality, life force strength. Exhale. Prana. Suspend. And when you develop pranic power, life force power, you develop mental power. Exhale. Inhale. Suspend, third eye. When you gain mental power, you have the ability and the caliber to choose. I'm going to choose to not flip out. I'm going to choose to be calm. I'm going to choose to enjoy my life. Those are choices that you gain with pranic strength. Exhale. Again, inhale. Suspend the breath. And exhale. Now keep the posture. Palms are pressed nicely together. The thumbs into the sternum. Let your breath flow just long and deep, rather naturally. Keep your gaze relaxed into your third eye area, where the root of your nose meets your skull bone. See if you can just relax your optic gaze into that area. Let your breath flow. Palms, a gentle pressure as if it's encouraging you to brain hemispheres to coordinate, encouraging the endocrines to secrete and to balance. And in a moment we'll tune in, as we always do, vibrating the sound Ong to vibrate your pituitary gland, third eye, and then Namo, which is a heart-opening sound. Namo. It vibrates. It's like a vibration of humility. And then Gurudev. Gurudev. Energy lifts up. And then into your heart vibration. Namo. It simultaneously causes the mind, psyche, to recognize there's a bigger energy field happening, far more intelligent than me and my comprehension. And it creates a heart space within you, within your experience. It allows you to be a good vehicle for that energy. It connects you to the chain of teacher to student, teacher to student, teacher to student. The yogis call the golden chain that goes back thousands of years. Inhale. Gurudev Namo. Gurudev Namo. Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Exhale. Very good, yeah? Okay, let's start moving. Let's start bringing some energy into the body. Bring in some upliftment to the spirit. Get this, kind of like make it so the stress starts to fall away. Live inside of a space of elevation. So you're going to have your hands to your ankles or knees. You can also do this in a chair. Those of you sitting in a chair, just feet flat on the floor. Ideally, no shoes, no socks. And that's for all of us. Have your antenna be able to connect, feet to the earth. And then your hands are antenna for the subtle energy. Okay, hands at your ankles and shins. Your eyes will be closed, that third eye gaze. And you say, inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale back. And it's like
always thinking.
Through the nose, breathe. Inhale, forward. Lift. Exhale back. It's not about creating a maximum stretch. It's like create a little groove, If you got good speakers or good headphones, we always recommend that. Don't worry about it. Eyes closed. With the rhythm. Na, sat, na, sat, na. Keep going. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling back, lifting forward.
As they watch their food.
Deeper the breathing now. It's not a very long breath, but it's deep, strong breath. Become
the wealth of another. And all our cleverest ideas will still return when we meet there.
Ride the rhythm.
We return,
keep up.
return when we meet there. Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood? Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood? Where is the purity?
Now deeply inhale. Straighten the spine. Lift the chest out. Chin slightly in. Now rectum, sex organ, navel up and in. Perineum, navel up and in. And draw your gaze, third eye. Exhale. Alright? Perfecto. Come with your hands at your shoulders like this. And what you're gonna be, hey, listen, anyone who has any pre-existing injuries, always just modify anything that might aggravate an injury. Please, modify. Never risk aggravating an injury for a yoga exercise. You know what I mean? Okay, like this, and then you're gonna inhale left, exhale right, like. And go any rhythm you want.
Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood? Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood?
It can be very much slower. It can, just find the right by your own sense of it in your own body. But close the eyes, and the breath, the posture important, even more important is the breath. Concentrate on the breathing through the nose, deep rhythmic breath. Sat, nam, go. Use the breath to open the spinal channels, to open the energy centers in the body. Meditative gaze into the third eye. Keep up, keep going. A few more moments. Into the center, your deepest inhale. And become very still. Lift up perineum, navel, third eye gaze, root lock, chest wide open. Mentally, physically, stillness. Emptied. Exhale. Hands to the knees. And it's going to be a inhale up, exhale, release. Just like that. Every excess, let the shoulder blades release. Let the stress release. Inhale and squeeze up. Squeeze out the tension, squeeze out the stress. Shoulders, neck. Exhale. Bravo. It's like it's choosing. It's giving you a power of choosing. You know what I'm saying? And like that capacity and that ability, and no matter, what's happening, no matter how wonderful or how difficult my life is, I'm going to choose to have happy. I'm going to choose to have joy. I'm going to choose to have love. And so that's really what it's about at a very basic but very profound and important level, is that ability to know that I can have a choice, and then to generate the vitality, the inner vitality, not just physical vitality, but mental, energetic vitality that allows me to genuinely choose, genuinely be able, it's not facade happy, it's I actually experience love. Even the pain in my life takes me deeper into love. Even the difficulty in my life, the difficulty in the world makes me love deeper. That's the pathways, the love. Is my teachers say that to fall in love is an infinite fall. It's never ending. It doesn't end. Okay, so all this music, by the way, because we'll have lots of questions, I'm sure. Perhaps most everyone knows, but I would imagine a lot of you don't. Everything I'll play is Simrit, S-I-M-R-I-T. The stuff I've been playing so far is from her new album, When We Return. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on all the places you get music. But Simrit, S-I-M-R-I-T, When We Return is the album. Some of the stuff we'll play from her is only available in our Life Force Academy or our courses and so forth, but her albums are on there. And it's majestic. And this new album, I think, is a masterwork, in my opinion. You'll hear more of it. Okay, now here's do this. Stretch your legs out wide, like a V shape. And we're just, make your life nerve loosened up a little bit. That's the sciatic. Heart is open. Inhale, center. Turn to your left, exhale, down. And then you're going to inhale up, turn your other side, exhale down. And then your feet are flexed and your breath is deep. And it's a... up. Again, deeper the breathing, please. Every inhale, fill your lungs. It's not necessary you touch your toes. Lead with your heart and your navel.
You have taken
If nothing else, make your breath as deep as possible.
with just a glance. You have taken my identity
Beautiful. Inhale, center.
with just a glance.
Yes. All right, now come back up to easy pose like this. Or if you're in a chair, sitting in the chair. We're releasing, we're opening, not releasing, but reopening up our joy of the infinite experience today. I'll tell you about it later. I love it though. It's incredible. And what we're going to do now, Gyan Mudra, that's the wisdom seal. As my teacher said, there's two teachers in life, two gurus, Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the teachers that comes to you. Jupiter is wisdom. Jupiter is prosperity. Jupiter literally is guru. That's what the Sanskrit word for Jupiter is, guru. Saturn makes sure you're disciplined, makes sure you're doing what you came here to do, or does its best. And if we are in ourselves doing our best to move in the direction of what it is we're here to do. That's why death meditation is so powerful, because when you bring remembrance, constant remembrance as a practice regularly, which is the really foundation of joy of the infinite, that I'm at some point, and we don't ever know when that's going to be, but for anyone, it's not too far away, you know? Life is but a blink. That we're all going to have to leave this body. And so there's a part of me that is infinite, that never dies. And there's a part of me, and this Jaidev is going to die. This body is going to be done for. And to remember that, and to actually remember that within meditative awareness, which is what we do, it'll bring you powerfully into the flow of a purpose and a mission, a dharma. And so that's what the Don Juan in the great Carlos Castaneda books said, that the goal of the warrior, I'm paraphrasing, is to experience the joy of infinity. To experience the joy of the infinity, the real warrior. So you're gonna have, so Saturn is the teacher. That's Jupiter says, do this, I'll give you, $50. Saturn is the teacher that comes and says, do this or I'll give you 50 whoopings. And I told that to my astrology mentor, and he chuckled, he liked it, but then he said, but Saturn's a teacher, says, do this, I'll give you 50 whoopings, and then you do it, and then you got 50 whoopings anyway. Sometimes that's what our lives are like, and then it's like, but Saturn's not a negative thing. Saturn is glorious. Saturn's what keeps your life force in place, concentrated, moving in the right direction. When you're moving in the right direction, you're blissful. When you're off track, you may find some temporary fun, but it's ultimately miserable. So Saturn keeps you on track. Saturn is glorious. They call it a malefic, but for a yogi, it's not malefic. There's no malefic, it's the between. All right, you ready? As I talk through so many people's favorite songs. All right. Gyan Mudra. You take index, Jupiter, to your thumb. Thumb is the ego. So the index, wisdom to your identity. Palms facing up. All right, ladies, if you're pregnant or on your moon period right now, do long, deep breathing instead of breath of fire, okay? Well, we're going to do it like this. To start out, we're going to stick the tongue out, and this is to charge your immune system like this. Stick the tongue out and charge it up. Don't be shy. Stick the tongue out, stretch your tongue out, and pant. eyes. Meditate into the third eye. Keep going. "20 seconds, keep going. Third eye gaze. Purified. Chest out. Chin slightly in. Keep up. Through the nose, inhale deep. Now squeeze the body tight. Squeeze the spine. Squeeze every fiber of the body. Tight, tight, and like a cannon through your O-shaped mouth. Exhale. Through the mouth, inhale deep. Rectum, sex organ, navel, up and in. Squeeze the body tight, 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 tight. Exhale. Inhale. Under tongue, roof of the mouth, press it. Squeeze your spine. Under tongue, roof of the mouth, press it. Tight. Exhale. Just meditate. You find yourself in a little funk, sit down and do some of these exercises. Turn the song on. Try to be depressed. I was just playing, but I know. Sometimes when you're depressed, truly depressed, and most of us know what it feels like to be truly depressed. And when you're depressed, it feels like there's no other possibility. There's no possibility to feel any other way. But that's why this work is so powerful. It bypasses your intellect, bypasses your rationale, moves your energy system, it lifts you into a space. Do it consistently enough. But you feel a little funk? Turn this thing on, Do some prana exercises. Dance. It's not just like good music. It's music with the vibrational effect. Music that moves the life force and moves the prana in through all the chakras, not just the lower ones, and also not just the higher ones, but all the way through. And that's profound and that's rare. Okay? So now, next exercise. You're gonna like that panting breath like we were just doing? Begin that again. And then close your mouth, do it through the nose. I'm gonna pick up our pace. Ready? Like this. Close your mouth, do it through the nose. Equal exhale, inhale. Powerful breath, relaxed mind. Even you long-time Kundalini yoga people that may be feeling, this, I know how to do this. Nah, get inside this unique groove right now. Equalize your exhale and inhale. With the soul, your body's still, but the soul energy. Chest out, shoulder blades released, chin slightly in, meditating into your, relaxing your gaze into your third eye space. Ladies, if you're pregnant or on your moon period, through the nose, long, deep breathing. Heart wide open, shoulder blades released, navel moving, powerful breathing, relaxed mind. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Lift through the rectum, sex organ, navel. Draw your meditative gaze into your third eye and hold perfectly steady there. Exhale. We're getting there. Hands are like this. Your fingers are tucked in and the thumbs are out. And you're gonna bring your arms up 60 degrees, okay? Like this. Thumbs are out, fingers tucked in, like that. And then third eye gaze, inhale. Rhythm the breathing. Now 3 minutes you'll be here. And at a certain point, you'll feel like you can't keep going anymore. Or you'll feel a tension build. At that moment, deepen your concentration, recommit into the exercise. It will lift the life force from the lower parts of the body up into the higher. The aura will strengthen. The mind will become clear. The body will lighten. The burden will lighten. So go through it. It's only 3 minutes, of which almost the first minute's done for. And go into the rhythm, breath of fire. Shoulder blades release down the back, elongate through the arms, lift through your chest, breath of fire, third eye gazing. Keep going. Breath of fire. Now visualize as you continue, beautiful arc of like a white, brilliant light connecting the two thumbs. You're deeper the concentration, brighter it becomes. Stay with it, friends. Stay with it. And go through it. Let it work you. Let it open you. Now visualize your whole spinal area like a beam of energy. A beam of this brilliant light, but like a living light. It's like it's an energy of intelligence, and it's the energy of love. It's benevolent. And imagine that it's emanating a field of beautiful radiance from the center of your being in all directions, infinitely outward, infinitely behind you, infinitely in front of you, opening the gateways of Dharma, of opportunity, purifying the past, up into the heavens, down into the earth, surrounding the entire globe with a beautiful love and peacefulness and radiance. Now inhale deep, bring your thumb tips touching, fingers open wide and fingers tight like steel. Push the under tongue, roof of the mouth, stretch up. Gaze into the third eye. Hold the position here through the nose. Exhale. Deeply inhale. Rectum, sex organ, navel in. Shoulder blades release down the back. Touch the ceiling with your tight fingertips. Gaze into your third eye. Stretch through the spine. Hold the position. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Stretch, root lock. Extend, now gaze into the third eye. Stretch. And then slowly sweep through the arms. Exhale. Meditate for a moment. just sit and be still.
In just a glance,
And breathe long and deep.
In just a glance,
And bring now into your mind and into your heart, think of someone you love, like your mother or your child, someone you love like nothing else.
in just a glance,
And from your heart, have the wish that they be full of joy, free of suffering. Free of suffering, full of joy. And now, holding that same love space, think of someone who is an adversary, perhaps someone who doesn't like you or you don't like, someone who may wish you harm, or even perhaps you've wished harm upon.
in love,
And give that same prayer to them, that same wish. They'd be full of joy, free of suffering.
give my life to.
And then visualize all beings everywhere. Those who are happy, but those who are in pain. Those who don't have the opportunity that we're fortunate to experience at this moment. And have that wish for all beings everywhere to be full of joy, free of suffering. Put that prayer into the sound of the song. And let the sound current carry it into the infinite space. Inhale and exhale. Sit down. Have a sip of water. Amazing, right? And that was just the warm-ups. We haven't done our meditation yet. Simrit and her band. They will. I already told you the music, but they'll be touring East Coast North America in the spring, Europe in the late summer, early fall, West Coast in the fall. I let you know because Simrit's my wife as well, but I'm also the #1 fan. I love this music very much, more than I really love the music, but it's part of my personal mission to help this music really get its reach as far and wide as possible. And I believe in it with everything, and it's extraordinary and it's dope. And so anyhow, I just give you a context of why I'm sharing it so much. And also, before I forget, because once we go into this meditation, we're going to journey here, and we're going to do this meditation to take away the tendency of worry, the mental tendency of worry, the energetic tendency of worry. But for those of you in California, next weekend I'll be in California, or I'm already in California. I'm going to be in, Berkeley next weekend, Sunday and Monday. That's Sunday and Monday, Martin Luther King Day, what I consider our most important American holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And then the weekend after that in L.A., Los Angeles, on a Saturday, that's the Chinese New Year. And in Encinitas, San Diego area, the Sunday after that. I'll be at Envision Festival, those of you going there, in Costa Rica, and all over the place. I'll be on the Simrit tour teaching along that as well. and so on and so forth. And you can join us. And I hope a lot of you will come out in June to our immersion here, our Life Force Academy immersion. It's our biggest, most powerful event of the year, Northern California. And I'll tell you about it later, because those of you who are part of the Joy of the Infinite experience, that opens that immersion up as well to you. And so anyhow, today what we're doing is this meditation that I think is phenomenal, and it's one that we're going to do for no more than 11 minutes. We'll see, but it'll be maximum 11 minutes, and then you can use this meditation anytime you wish, in the 3 to 5 minute range. Anytime you have nervous energy coming on, you're feeling the tendency of worry, because it's all tendencies. The mind is trained in a certain way. That's called samskaras, which comes from karmas. And so with this work, what we do is you're retraining mental patterns, and mental patterns are very deep and very profound and sophisticated. And so you need a sophisticated science to kind of reprogram and train the mind, if you want to transform worry and turn it into its positive expression, or it's also its meditative expression, which is the expression of prayerfulness. Not prayer as in the sense of, oh Lord, please, please make this happen in my life. No, but real prayer is the interconnectivity between you and that which is animating all of creation. That intercommunication that happens at a very subtle level, but very real and very genuine and from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And so the same energy that's a worry, you're projecting negative circumstances onto the future. When that energy becomes a prayerful energy, you're projecting positive meditative circumstances onto the future. Same energy, different expression. So have we created the conditions for ourselves, and have we not only done the practice, but also then use the environment and the energy that the practice gives you to then retrain the mind? Kundalini yogis, it's not enough to just be doing a sadhana every day, but then what are you doing with that energy? The practice will give you energy, just like it'll give you money, so to speak. But what you do with that money is going to dictate whether there's positive impact or negative impact, whether that money becomes a weight or whether that money becomes an asset, something that's beneficial for you and everyone else around you. And so this is an energy-generating, powerful practice. And what this meditation we're going to be doing is not difficult, but all meditations are difficult in some regard, because as soon as you start moving your prana, your life force, the chi energy, it starts to stimulate your subconscious. And that's why it's very normal and par for the course that once you start meditating, that you sometimes will feel less relaxed, you'll feel agitated, or you sometimes will feel fear, or sometimes you'll feel like you'll start laughing for no reason, or feel happy for no reason, and anything in between. So if you're feeling really agitated, that is not a sign that you're not doing it well, or I'm not good at this. I hear that all the time. It's like, I'm not really good at this. There's no such thing. There's either you practice enough to where you really get the hang of it, or you don't. And so there's like, meditation is not that like, oh, some people are good at it and other people aren't. It's just like some people have practiced it and become better at it, in the sense of more easily able to do it consistently with less resistance. But resistance is a natural phenomenon that happens with all of this work. Sometimes you'll feel tremendous resistance because it's very powerful and it's very transforming. And just like anything else, you see the negative patterns that come from the subconscious. And the majority of all of our problems and challenges come from the subconscious. That's why the work's so powerful, because it's working at the level of your subconscious, not at the level of the intellect. It's purifying at very deep levels. But just like anything else, this is living energy. Thoughts have prana, energy, living energy. And so the old patterns are going to fight for their survival. Just like if you lift up a log and there's like termites everywhere, they don't want to die either. Neither do your subconscious negative thought patterns that we all have, by the way. And we all have dominant ones. And in this time in the planet Earth, the energy of worry is very prolific. And this nervousness. And so it takes... to making sure we're taking care of ourselves regularly, that once a day, recalibrating the whole system, make the mind clear, make the heart open. Remember that this life is not permanent. When you go into the energy of the death, of dying, immediately, and if you can move past the fear of it, which is what I want to work with, which is Joy of the Infinite is all about, and what I want to work with you all on. Because death is not about, overcoming fear of dying is not about some future moment. It's about living in joy today. Because if all the roots of all the other fears, the root of all the other fears and worries comes back to that single root. And so if you can go into that, you start to take the electricity out of all the worries. What would be important to you if you're lying on your deathbed? Those are the things that are truly important. What would the love be like? And so to actually learn to die is synonymous with how to live, learn to live with joy. And that is a wonderful journey. That's Joy of the Infinite. Today we're going to do this meditation to take the electricity away from, take the edge off of the worries. And you can use it anytime you wish. We're going to do it for 11 minutes. But then you can use it at lunchtime or anytime you want a little edge. You need a little more energy. You need to balance the system. You need to, relax the worry, the fear that the news is hitting you, and whatever the case may be. You're concerned about the relationship. You're concerned about your kids. You're concerned, and concern is natural. It's important. We should be concerned. Worry is different. It's natural to feel worry. It's natural to feel concern. It's natural. And what should I do if I feel worried? Feel worry, but indulging it and allowing it to start to dominate and allowing it to make one fatigued and miserable is something that's pathological, and we all suffer from that at some degree. So what we're doing as yogis is to learn how to take that energy and not stuff it like, oh, I'm so spiritual, I shouldn't feel like that. No, that creates facade. And that is a pathology that's very difficult to flip. So what we're working to do, how can I feel? And I know if you're here today, you're a feeling person, most likely, and some of you are tremendously sensitive empaths. And so to strengthen the nervous system in this way to where you're not numbing, because your sensitivity is your greatest asset. But how do you maintain that sensitivity and even increase it and expand it, but in a fashion that it doesn't become overwhelming, in a way that it transmutes the energy that's coming into you and it turns it into bliss. It turns it into prayerfulness. It turns it into radiance. It turns it into sweetness and love and devotion. That's the alchemy that we're all working with. That's what this is all about. So here's how we're going to do this. And we're going to be meditating to the great warrior mantra, Chatur Chakravarti. It's called CCV on the new Simrit album. And we're going to be holding this position where your right hand, both hands are facing the body at the height of the heart center, and your right hand pushes against the back of your left hand, and the back of the left hand pushes against the right hand, and the thumb tips are touching. Okay? And so your thumb tips, that's neutralizing at the point of the ego. And so again, both hands facing the body at the height of your heart center, sternum. and your forearms parallel to the ground. You're creating a magnetic field. It's very important. At a point you may feel you want to try to keep your chest lifted and your shoulder blades released down. And those of you who practice, you know root lock, mulaband, have a mulaband in, or at least your perineum lifted up. And so the back of your left hand presses against the right palm and fingers, and the right hand presses against the left hand very gently, and then the thumb tips touch like that. And what you're going to be doing, your eyes are going to be 9/10 closed, so just barely opening, allowing a little light to come in, like Lord Shiva, who's primarily and inwardly, but leaves a little bit of awareness outwardly, in the world, but not of the world. And you're holding at the heart, and we're going to inhale very deeply. And then you're going to suspend your breath for 15 to 20 seconds, or it could be 10 to 20 seconds. You should suspend it long enough, but not to where you're gasping. Okay? So just do the best you can. So you're suspending. And that's not holding gripping, but you're inhale and you keep your upper body relaxed and your mind meditative, eyes 9/10 closed. And then you're going to exhale completely and push the breath all the way out, maintaining the posture the entire time. Go ahead and begin. And push the breath all the way out. And with the breath held out, you're going to hold the breath out, suspend it out for 10 to 20 seconds. Sitting there in stillness. And then that may provoke some fear. And as you do, just feel it, relax into it. And then inhale, suspend. You're not pushing any emotion away. You just feel it and then let it go like a cloud passing in the sky. Suspending 15 to 20 seconds. And then when you exhale, push all the breath out through the nose only. Keep all the breath out for 15 to 20 seconds. This meditation brings the entire nervous system and glandular system into balance. By bringing the thumbs together, the sciatic nerve is neutralized at the point of your ego. The position puts pressure on specific meridians in your shoulders. Hold the posture like a statue status, like you're some beautiful deity or like goddess, God energy. And be in stillness, inhaling and suspending, and then exhaling the breath all the way out, and keeping suspending the breath out 10 to 20 seconds and continue. The air must go all the way out on your exhalation so that all the heart valves get equal pressure, and the brain and the central nervous system will trigger the survival system for a few seconds. Continue. Keep a gentle pressure on the hands.
सदा अंगे संगे अपांगं विभूते चादर चादर वरदी चंद्र जगर भुगते स्वयं आप सुफा
Stay with it.
सर्वदा सर्वजो
It'll have peaks and valleys. It may become difficult, and that'll pass.
कालं परनासी
Work hard.
दयालं
Keep the mind relaxed. Keep the body steady in the posture.
अंगे संगे
Let the transformation happen.
अपांगं विभूते
Chanting or listening even to this mantra invokes courage in the heart and takes away fear.
अपांगं विभूते अपांगं विभूते अपांगं विभूते अपांगं विभूते
Keep steady. Visualize yourself like a great warrior sage. Queens, kings of love and consciousness, emanating a wonderful warmth and radiance across the planet, across the universe. Stay steady. less than a minute. Exhale. Now deeply, please inhale. Close the eyes and meditate into the third eye, where the root of your nose meets your skull bone. Lift through the root lock, open your heart, and go like an emptied vessel, like an antenna. And exhale. Relax. Satnam. Beautiful job. Raise your arms up like this. Inhale. And then shake. And distribute the energy around your body. And exhale, keep shaking. And inhale. Shake, 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 shake. Move the energy to every cell of the body. Shake, 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 shake powerfully. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's not difficult. It is difficult a little bit, right? The difficult thing is not the exercises ultimately. It's like consistency. How can I develop that? But like we just bring ourselves into that space. That's a way to work with an eclipse. And that's a way to work with challenging energy in general, but it's also a way to work with wonderful energy, no matter what. It's like take care of oneself in a wonderful way. They call that Chairdi Kala, the lifted spirit. And it's not lifted spirit because, oh my God, everything's so great. Da, da, da. It's like, no, things are great and things are terrible. It's all of that. But then in the middle of that is something else, in the between. That's why the eclipse is powerful, because it's in a between space opens up. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what the dying process is. That's why the first part of, the second module in Joy of the Infinite is called Death is the Door. That came from Yogi Bhajan. He said, when he asked, what is the name of your permanent abode? Didn't answer that question. Then he asked, what is the name of the door to your permanent abode? What is the name of the door to your permanent abode? Death. Death is a door. Birth is a door. The birth canal is a door. So what is it that's going on here? And how are we continually going deeper into the space of that reality? And to explore and to discover what is it that's infinite, and what is it that is finite, and what is it about me that is infinite. As a human being needs the appropriate amount of like the infinity, the sunshine of infinity, and the cloud cover, and the rain of the ego, of your sense of what you are. You're here and you're in a body for now. And you've got an ego, and that's not negative. Ego is part of the psyche. Egotism is negative. Ego is that you have a sense of what you are. And that sense of identity is constantly unraveling. And that's what Dharma is all about, to elevate the sense till we experience like ourselves as queens, kings, radiant beings. And that's here with a purpose. If you've got a mind, you've got a mission. And that's what Joy of the Infinite is all about. And I want to tell you about that. this body of teachings is tremendous, and hopefully I've helped to, when we talk about death, it's not a scary thing, or it becomes not a scary thing. If it's currently a scary thing, well, definitely it's a good one to do. It is my favorite, probably the quote I quote more often than anything else is from the great Tibetan master Dingo Khyentse Rinpoche. Mindfulness of death is like a nectar-giving medicine. Mindfulness of death is like a nectar-giving medicine that restores you to your health. True mindfulness of death, not just loosely thinking about it, but the deep work we do with it. Mindfulness of death is like a nectar-giving medicine that restores you to health and acts like a sentinel, a lighthouse that watches over you and your practice. Like a lighthouse, sentinel that watches over you and the most precious thing to a human being, your practice. All you've got is your practice, your discipline. What am I doing day in and day out to make sure I'm connected to what is real, connected to what it is that I'm doing here? You know what I'm saying? And then fulfillment, and then joy starts to become a true possibility. So the way this Joy of the Infinite works, it's a home course experience. You can do it from anywhere and at any time, even if you can't start right away. But right now is a tremendous time to start and to do this work. And even if you are able and wishing to begin and get this course, you can literally start today. You can be doing it this weekend, whenever. Or if you're unable to, once you get our courses, you own them. You have lifetime access, so it's waiting for you whenever you want. But it is wonderful work, and it's designed to be taken over a series of 8 weeks. But you can move slower, you can move faster. It doesn't matter. It's work that really, it's not like you do these things. It's not teachings and stuff that you do at once. It's like, I learned that. But something you can revisit again and again and again to tune you into it. What is truly important, and what is it that I'm all about, and what is it that I'm doing here, and how do I truly cultivate joy, and how do I truly cultivate the type of love and joy that doesn't fade when things are going horribly, but in fact it can strengthen when things are horribly, so to speak, when things are very challenging. Because what happens, there is no horribly. There's very difficult, and there's very smooth. When life looks like easy street, there's danger at your door. So if things are going real smooth right now, we know that right around the bend somewhere they'll get challenging again. So we can't have our lives if we expect to have happiness. We can't have our lives be dependent on the outer circumstances. And we have to have a deeper type of energy, deeper type of vitality. So that's what it is, Joy of the Infinite. It's one of 2 courses that we consider these 2 bodies of teachings are our warriorship courses. They're very strong, but anyone can do them, whether you're brand new to this or if you're a long-time practitioner. But it's to cut through worry, to cut through fears, and to live with great joy, purpose, and courage. And you can see all the information is here for you. Module 1, Foundations of Warriorship. You can read all about it. Module 2 is Deathlessness Part 1. Death is the door. Module 3, Deathlessness Part 2. Traveling the 5 blue ethers. Incredible yogic teachings. And then with every one of us, so every module is like a whole class where I'm teaching, and they're typically around an hour, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. And then with each of these modules, you have a meditation practice that goes along with it. But then also as you're going through this course, you'll be given a sadhana practice to be doing each day. I know a lot of you started the 40-day challenge with us recently. Keep going with that, but you could add the classes onto this if you wish, or you can just begin it at the time when you're ready. But I'm encouraging everyone, however, that this is a good time to be doing this specific work. everything right now is lined up for this and is supportive of this. Module 4 is rebirthing. Module 5, transforming the 5 poisons. And Module 6, the warrior code. So it's a 6-module course. And then there's bonuses. If you get this course, then you get all of these. The first bonus is called 1,000 Midnights. And that's a class on spiritual activism, which I think we very much need in the world right now. Not just the political activism, but what I call spiritual activism. And it's called 1,000 Midnights. Again, perfect timing for this, because that class is based in part it's named after a speech from Martin Luther King Jr. from his Nobel Peace Prize speech. When our days become dreary with low hovering clouds, and our nights become darker than 1,000 midnights, we will know that we are living in the creative turmoil of a genuine civilization struggling to be born. That's a class. The spiritual activism is one of the bonuses. The other one is, the second one is disarming the adversary, the warrior way of conflict resolution. And that's a communications class, whether it's with your significant other, workers, or at some larger level. I really love that, both of those classes, and they're kind of in the spirit of the warriorship course, but they're a little different. They're not. It's a different, kind of bonus classes. That's why they're called that. And then the third bonus is, I always say, is by far the best in my opinion, because the single most important thing we do in terms of sheer transformative force and fun is our Life Force Academy immersion. And that happens in early June, and it's a 4.5 day event. It starts on a Wednesday evening here in Northern California in the beautiful Sierra foothills. It begins on a Wednesday evening and ends on a Sunday afternoon. And it's phenomenal. It is, you can, learn about it, go to the webpage and see. It's already like 75% full. So if you are going to want to come to it, you would need to register relatively soon, especially today, especially after today, because we'll have a lot of people coming in to Joy the Infinite. And because one of the bonuses for Joy the Infinite is you get free tuition to that immersion. You still need to pay the food and lodging package, which takes care of, it's at the Shady Creek Retreat Center. The food's amazing. The accommodations are simple, but you're in there, and we're doing the work. But it's incredible. Anyone can do it. Simrit and her whole band are there for the whole week, and they play during the yoga practices live. You can watch videos of it. It's really phenomenal. And so anyhow, that's what it is. That's the Joy of the Infinite experience. And I'd love for you to be a part of it and join if you can. It's normally $525 for our webcast today, and for all of you who have attended this webcast, it's on sale right now for only $271. All the details are on the webpage here. And so if you get it now, you get access to all this. And it's only $271 right now. And to make it even easier for some of you, if it helps, there's a payment plan option, and you can just pay in 3 installments of $108. So you pay $108, you get full access, then 30 days, the next one, and 30 days, the one after that. So it's a good deal. And furthermore, if you get the course, and for any reason at all you decide it's not for you, then you just simply email our team and support at Jai Dave Singh, or just respond to any of our emails, and they'll give you a full refund. We guarantee for 60 days. So you have 60 days, and we guarantee all our stuff like that. I love this stuff. I know it works. It works phenomenally well. We've had thousands of people go through this course. It's an amazing experience. What else can I tell you? It's all there. If you have any questions, it's super easy to register. You just click through whether you want the payment plan or whatever, It takes just a few moments to register. Then you get access, you get your password. If you have any questions or anything, you can email our team, support@jaidevsingh.com, or respond to any of the emails that we've sent you. Super easy. So that's that. So I wanted to offer that to you. We wanted to offer. I have an amazing team. We have an amazing crew here of beautiful people and hard workers, and we work really hard on all of this to make it excellent. And so I want to share that. I want to invite you to join in this and to jump in if you're feeling it and if you're able to. And if you're not feeling it or not able to, I want to just extend my gratitude to you for being a part of this today. And I want to wish you an incredible year ahead, and that all the energy swirling around in the world, that as really alchemists, in a very real way, we take the pain of life, the suffering of life, and we turn it into love, and we turn it into joy. And in order to do that, we do this kind of work. So we're able to do that, take care of ourselves, love each other, not proselytizing, but just with the warmth of your heart, smile of the face. Hey, can I get that for you? Hey, how you doing today? It's really beautiful to see you. Love, serving others, helping folks. So that's the joy. Let us seal our class together. As we always end any Kundalini Yoga experience, what you're going to do is bring your hands back into the prayer pose. And may the long time sun shine upon you. Think of a person you love. And wish from your heart that they be filled with joy. Think of someone you don't like. Wish for them. Think of all the beings everywhere. Wish for them. Think of yourself, May you be filled with joy. May you be filled with love. Hands in the prayer pose.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you,
Satnam. Satnam, everyone. Thanks so much. You know what? I'm going to go over onto Instagram Live here in just a moment, so it'd be fun to connect with you all. So if you're on Instagram, I'm JaiDev108, JAIDEV108. I'll be over there going on Instagram Live in just a moment. Thanks so much, everyone. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the week. This will be available, this class will be available for a few more days, and the course will be available to get in for a few more days. So thanks so much, everyone. Satnam.